There's a pretty big storm out there. I was thinking of going to the beach, and then I saw the lightning and I heard the thunder, and I was like, no, we're not going anywhere. But it's cool. I love to watch the storms. Don't know why there's no sun up in the sky. Stormy weather since my man and I ain't together. It's storming all the time. Hi Donna, hi Laura. Is it storming down in West Palm Beach? Juneau Beach? Who's Lucretia? Okay, we need the rain. You're not wrong. But it is, we are moving into our rainy season here in Florida, so, you know, this is normal. Every day it's sunny in the morning, and in the afternoon it starts to storm. This is normal Florida weather. Hey, Fedupume. I don't know if I said that right. Anyway, we're live here on Hutchinson Island. Did you hear that thunder? Welcome to today's beach report, today's second beach report. So earlier you might have seen me with Princess Laura, hiding the sisters, down on in Fort Pierce at the Fort Pierce Farmers Market. We had such a good time. It was amazing. So, anyway, it was hot as hell. I mean, Laura and I were literally drenched by the end of like an hour. Am I right? It was super hot. So anyway, I thought I would do another show, but then I looked at Laura and I'm like, I can't go out there anymore. You know, you can handle the heat when you're younger, but when you get older, heat and cold, all of it, it's too much. It's too much. Anyway, we dealt with it. And we went out to lunch. Thank you for lunch, Laura. And now we are dealing with the stormy situation. Let me turn the camera around so you can see the storm as it heads in. Do you hear that thunder? Laura's wringing out her underwear. Hi, Annie. Put ice packs in your binder. That is not the worst idea in the world. And I was thinking of like going out to the jetty and spending some time on Memorial Day, you know, doing a show out there. But I'm like, no, I can't go out there. It's a lot. It's a lot. Especially with the storm. You know, I don't need to be in the rain and the heat at the same time. Okay, Annie hears the thunder. There it goes again. It's not a small storm, seriously. There was some heavy, besides the thunder, there was a lot of lightning. All right, I'm gonna do a daily devotional for y'all. Yeah, too many people. Annie says it might be safer to be at home if it's storming. You're not wrong. Okay, so this is from one of my favorite books, Jesus Calling, by Sarah Young, Enjoying Peace in His Presence. So I'll turn you back around so you can watch the water. I know, I love devotion time too, Annie. And maybe we'll see one of God's great water creatures jump out of the water. Maybe not. Anyway, I, the creator of the universe, am with you and for you. What more could you need? When you feel some lack, it is because you are not connecting with me at a deep level. I offer abundant life. Your part is to trust me, refusing to worry about anything. It is not so much adverse events that make you anxious as it is your thoughts about those events. Your mind engages in efforts to take control of a situation, to bring about the result you desire. Your thoughts close in on the problem like ravenous wolves. Determined to make things go your way, you forget that I am in charge of your life. The only remedy is to switch your focus from the problem to my presence. Stop all your striving and watch to see what I will do. I am the Lord. That was powerful. I'm going to read tomorrow's devotional too, just because I'm being called to read it as well. This is from chapter 1, Peter 5 and John 14. When things don't go as you would like, accept the situation immediately. If you indulge in feelings of regret, they can easily spill over the line into resentment. Remember that I am sovereign over your circumstances, and humble yourself under my mighty hand. Rejoice in what I am doing in your life, even though it is beyond your understanding. I am the way, the truth, and the life. In me, you have everything you need, both for this life and for the life yet to come. Don't let the impact of the world shatter your thinking or draw you away from focusing on me. The ultimate challenge is to keep fixing your eyes on me, no matter what is going on around you. When I am central in your thinking, you are able to view circumstances from my perspective. Yeah, Annie, that was a good one for me too. And it's really important to remember that if you focus on the Lord and you focus on your faith, you really can weather any storm. That's right. We should always fix our eyes on Jesus. Stressing about so many things is not helpful. And so I pray for you, Annie, that you will stop with your stress and just really look to God. I think that this really was the perfect, I felt so drawn to read that second devotional. And now I know it was for Annie. And for those of us who stress about things that are beyond our control, you are so welcome, Annie. And it's not from me, it's from God. I'm just his tool. Okay, this is something important too. So sometimes people will be like, man, Jill, you get a lot of trolls. People come on and they say horrible things about you. And sometimes people even lie about me and say things that are just so untrue. How do you deal with it? Here's how I deal with it. I don't care what anybody says about me. I am playing to one audience, and that's God. Because I am waiting until the day when I can meet my Creator. And all I want him to say to me is, well done, good and faithful servant. That's all. That's all I want. I don't understand people who do things knowing that the wrath of the Lord can take them out in a second. I am playing to an audience of one. And it makes my work here on earth so much easier. I just do what he tells me to do. And sometimes it's difficult. And sometimes I have to deal with a lot of hate. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care. You people, you can judge me as you see fit. God tells me that your thoughts, even your spoken word about me is none of my business. All I care about is that this guy knows my heart, my soul, and that what I do with my life is in his service. Thank you, Annie. Yes, you have to remember that you can't control the things you can't control. Special needs is the most challenging to deal with. Body, God gave me a disability for a reason. Annie, he sent you to the highest power. I am not envious of what you go through. And I've had my own difficulties to deal with in my life. But I know that God gives people like you, Annie, and like me, he gives us missions. And he doesn't give us anything we can't handle. And you prove, Annie, every single day that you are a survivor and that you are super strong and that you can do anything you want. Actually, he gives people like you more of a reason. He holds you up as an example. And I know, sweetie, it's hard. It's not easy to be an example for all the other people, especially when you're dealing with a disability. That's a lot. But never forget, he didn't give you anything more than what you can handle. And I know you can handle it. I know that you, Annie, are so super strong. Such a survivor. And I know that the Lord has every confidence in you. And it is your job to be a survivor. People like you show the rest of us how it's done. So thank you so much for your bravery and your strength and your faith. I love that about you. And I love you. All right, I'm going to turn the camera around so we can see the storm, and you guys can't see the tears in my eyes because I think about Annie and I seriously have tears in my eyes. I know, you do. You live each day to the fullest. You don't try, Annie. You succeed. I'm so blessed with the people like Annie who follow me, who show the rest of us that the struggles that we go through it's kind of nothing if you think about it. If you think about Jesus on the cross and what he went through. Annie says, my motto is to play hard, fight hard, be strong, and stay strong. That's great. You know what, Donna? When it says it's 101 degrees outside, I think pretty much the only thing you can do is take a nap. I think it's really important. And you know, when you feel like it's too much, you don't have to push yourself. God doesn't want that. He wants you to take it easy. He wants you to be in his, what's the word I'm looking for? His service to other people and him. He wants you to love him. He just wants to be part of your family. He really just wants you to accept him as your Lord and Savior. Donna says at one point it said it feels like 101 today. Oh wait, well, what about that? Hey Sherry, hi, just got on. You're not late, you're good. I'm glad you're here. Annie says, I try to remember that there are people who are far worse off. There are those with special needs who have a lot of medical issues, and I'm blessed that I don't have that. Okay, I have to say something about that. So here's the difference between people like Annie and the people who, let's say, don't appreciate what they have. I think that the key to a happy life is appreciation. So what you just said, Annie, I try to remember there are people far worse off. That, my friend, makes your life so much better. If you think about the possibilities of, I have this problem, but it could be a much worse problem, I think it makes your life a lot better. I think it makes you understand that, there are ways to live with an appreciation that makes the worst things seem not so bad. The worst thing in the world happened to me on the day I was born. I lost my mother. I didn't lose her because she died. I lost her because I was given up for adoption. And I could be resentful about that for the rest of my life. But you know what? That was God's will. And maybe in a lot of ways, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. So you do have to understand that He is in control. And He is the one making the decisions about your life because He knows you. He knows you. You're His child. You are so important to Him, and you were created in His image. So never underestimate how important you are to God, to your Creator. He didn't just make you and throw you away and say, that was a mistake. Never, never, never. He is so huge. He is so amazing. Ruler of the universe, hello. He loves you so much. Just like He loves me. Just like He loves Annie. Annie says, I try to, I'm reading stuff I've already read. Anyway, can you guys say something new? I know that I am incredibly lucky to be able to do exactly what I want to do. And my goal with the Beach Report is to show all of you that you can have this too. It doesn't take a lot of money. It doesn't take anything but perseverance. Do something every day and you will get good at it. That's all. I don't know if you guys saw my show earlier today at the Fort Pierce Farmers Market, but there was a young man. I say young, he was 40, but to me that's young because I'm going to be 60 this year. Anyway, I had an interview with him and he talked about microgreens. And this guy, he was a great interview. And after I did the interview and I walked away, he actually came by and found me later and said, he wanted to connect further, which was great. And I said to him, you should be on YouTube. You have a great presence and you have a lot of good information. It's like you can always build somebody up. It's so easy and it's so rewarding. And now I think if this dude becomes like a YouTube sensation, or even if just he and his wife's business takes off like a rocket, I love that. I love to think that I gave them, a buoy. I gave them a reason to keep doing what they're doing. That's so important. You can always lift somebody up. It's not hard. You can also always dash somebody to the ground. And that's even easier than lifting them up. Please don't. Even when you're online and you see somebody and you think that person's crazy or whatever, instead of throwing your 2 cents into it and say something nasty, just scroll on by. Always try to think that there's a person behind the camera. Hello. By the way, let's turn the camera around for a second so I can show you that the storm is over. It's over. And look, there is a very big bird on my pier. And I really want to, look how big he is. I swear, is that an eagle? It's some kind of bird of prey. Hi, Linda. And he says, the job I had used to transport people on our campus to medical health clinics. I took them to all the medical appointments. Oh, but that was really satisfying to help people. I also volunteer in our day programming and workshop with people with medically complex needs. You know, and that's the other thing. When you feel like you're having a hard time and you've been given a raw deal, I always find the best thing you can do is help somebody else. Look at that bird. That bird is humongo. I don't know what kind of bird that is. Osprey, maybe. That's a big bird. Anyway, super beautiful. It looks like the storm has passed. Spirit says, our winds have picked up and the breeze is cooler, which is a big relief. Maybe we get some needed rain soon. Well, we just got that needed rain, and you know, we're moving into our wet season here in the tropical South Florida. It does look like an eagle. Thank you, Spirit. I agree. That looks like an eagle. Look at that. Pretty cool if we've got a Memorial Day eagle. Wait, sorry, I'm trying to zoom in on him. Sorry guys. Hi, Skydive. Hey, Poland. Wow. Poland's an interesting country. We are here in Hutchinson Island, South Florida. Yeah, it's hot in Florida. This week has been one of the hottest weeks since the summer season started. Well, we're still in spring, but it feels like summer is here. And then I'm hearing that everybody who's up north is super cold and experiencing some really chilly weather. So, oh, wow. Wow, look, our eagle or our osprey or whatever he is pretty busy. That is a beautiful big bird. Aw, Annie says God called home a lot of the residents she took care of, but she knows that their bodies are made perfect in the robe of righteousness in heaven. And that is such a great observation, Annie. I don't think anybody should ever be afraid of dying. I do think that death it's a part of life, you know. Oh, Reggie, it snowed in my Washington 8 inches. Oh, sorry, Mount Washington 8 inches. That's a lot of snow there, Reggie. Yes, our birdie's showing off, Donna. Yeah, I mean, who else is up north? I hear a lot of people are dealing with snow and cold, and you know, they always say April showers bring May flowers, and that's often true, but May is often a very volatile time. You can have snow in May. I know. I lived in Pennsylvania for most of my life. Yeah, you do need Florida, Reggie. So speaking of you needing Florida, hey, Linda, I'm so sorry to hear about your mom, that she's in hospice. And, you know, I've been through the hospice experience more than once. And I do find the hospice workers to be very caring and very kind and helpful. But losing, especially a parent or a husband, as I did almost 3 years ago, it's devastating. Reggie, you're looking at a Hutchinson Island property. Oh my gosh, that's super exciting. And you know, I will be here a lot because my sister lives here, so let me know. Yeah, we are praying for your mom and for Linda's mom and you as well. I think there's a boat coming in there. So yeah, Reggie, let me know. Let me know. And Linda, so you know, most of us have been through these experiences. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, please feel free to air them here. Because I know that prayers are one thing, but if you need any advice, we are all here for you. And we love you. That's a nice little yacht. Dude hanging off of it. Hutchinson Island is really so gorgeous. Well, now that the water has calmed down, it's amazing the difference between a storm and then after the storm, the water where it was super choppy when I started the show, and you can see it's gotten really calm now. It's really beautiful, so I think we're gonna go outside. And that's a great question. What is the weather in Poland today? And let's read Annie's favorite Bible passage in Romans 8:28, New International Version. Wait a minute. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. And we know, that's one of my favorite ones. Thank you, Annie. It's always a sign, Reggie. I take everything as a sign. So, my friend, I am here for you. All right, let's head out. Let's go see that bird. We're coming, little birdie. Uh-oh. The bird's like, no, you're not. I'm out of here. He felt my intention immediately. Oh, man. That's a big bird. Get him. There he goes. We can see him so well because he is so big. Yeah, the eagle. Exactly. All right. Well, we're going to walk out there and see what we can see, even though our eagle has flown away. His own image. Absolutely, he did. I can't believe my sister lives here. This is so perfect for the beach report. You know, everything works the way it's supposed to. Wow, it's pretty stormy out here. And yet I do feel little drops of rain on me, but it is so beautiful. And you can see the sun over there. It's getting ready to set in a couple of hours, but it's up there above the clouds. It's so beautiful. And it's amazing how calm the water is suddenly. Don't know why there's no sun up in the sky. Stormy weather since my man and I ain't together. It's raining all the time. I don't know Waymaker by Lee Wood or Lee Greenwood. Makes me want to sing my Lee Greenwood song. The significance of the color pink? No, I didn't know there was like a significance about it. Oh, Leewood. I don't know it, Annie. Oh, Lee Greenwood. Yes, let's sing it. Thank you. If tomorrow all the things were gone I've worked for all my life, and if I had to live again with just my children and my wife. I always see my children in my life. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom. Find a flag. And they can't take that away, 'cause I'm proud to be an American. Sorry, I'm doing horrible with my camera. Where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Our flag is like flaccid. Oh, Trump was wearing hot pink today at the West Point graduation. That's a good question. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. I love that song. It makes me happy. I heard some like stupid political pundit from the left say that it was a propaganda song. Seriously. Those lefties are crazy. They want to bring gang members back to America. It's so ridiculous, right? All right, you guys. Well, I think I'm going to head on in, make something for dinner. I know it's Saturday night on Memorial Weekend, and maybe there's some band playing or something fun going on, but I'm here with the cats. I don't know. I might look around, see what I can do, or I might not. Anyway, good to see you all. Wait, I have to show you what it looks like over Hutchinson Island right now with these crazy cloud formations. I don't know if we're going to get any kind of good sunset here, but it is really beautiful. And yes, you're right, Spirit, to wonder about the color of Trump's tie. There are always calms with the color of Trump's tie and something else. You never know. You never know. Look at this. Look at this guy. He's waiting. 218 in gematria. Everything's a calm. But you know what? The birds, they don't care. The fish, they don't give a crap. Nobody cares, and it may be it's not that important. I don't know, when you spend time in nature, you start to realize that God designed this world so amazingly well that everything works together. Politics, it's a silly movie. Maybe it's not even real. I don't know. I love the animals. I love the fish. I love the birds. And I love the way that nature takes care of itself. So I think sometimes we should look to nature before we look at ourselves, because it seems like humanity, a bunch of flippin' idiots. All right, that's it for tonight's Beach Report. We will see you tomorrow. It's Memorial Day weekend. And tomorrow I'm going to my friend Debbie's birthday, and she's going to be doing like a Fleetwood Mac concert for her birthday. So woo woo, let's have fun, enjoy, sing and dance. All right, I'll see you on tomorrow's Beach Report.